Good evening again.
Anita, could you give me a bio for him? I guess I'll make one up, no problem.
When I was 7 years ago younger.
Visionary, hardworking, disciplinary, commitment is what I think of when I think of this new minister. When he decided to run for office, I asked him if he was nuts. But he steadfast pursued. His mother asked him if he was crazy. He steadfast pursued. He wanted to make a difference. He wanted to make a difference in the Bahamas because he saw the opportunity. But what he brings to the table is a business mind, a great Cornell education, and a commitment to a better way in the Bahamas. You may have heard the slogan, "It's better in the Bahamas," but he wants to make sure that it keeps getting better. And when you hear him sometime on the radio and TV, you have to wonder whether he'll make a good politician. I know he won't make a good politician, but what he will do, he'll make a great Minister of Tourism. Mr. Dionisio, the Super Watchman.
You give yourself an answer.
Every time I listen to Andy, I shake my head. He's such a good, what's the right word?
Yeah, find the right word now. The right word.
I'll leave it there and let you add in the necessary words. Prime Minister, Mr. William Marlin and First Lady Gabriella Marlin, Mrs. Melissa Arundel Dorchester, Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Trade and Telecommunication. My brother Reuben Ramming, Ambassador Designate to CARICOM. Mr. C.A. Smith, former Ambassador to the U.S. from the Bahamas, and my predecessor as the former Minister of Tourism. And I have to say that, let me digress a little here about C.A. So when I decided to run 9 months ago, despite everybody calling me crazy and what you doing this for, and having turned it down twice, I said, you know what, I think I really want to do this. I really want to see if I can do this. And I have to say, running in a general election in the Bahamas with all of social media, it's probably one of the most grueling, debilitating undertakings. And many a time when I felt low, and I asked myself, what am I doing this for? I can be in my business, enjoying myself, doing what I love to do. And I'd get that phone call from C.A. Aguilar. Don't worry about them. It's just noise in the marketplace. We got your back. Everything all right. Tell your wife, don't worry. And sure enough, on the 10th of May, at about 6:15 in the evening, when I found that I had won my seat, and about 7 o'clock that night, I found that my party, the Free National Movement, had won the government. The largest victory ever in the history of the Bahamas. When I had doubted CA at times, and I had said to myself, I said, boy, I wonder if CA, you know, he's an elder statesman. What does he know about the internet? What does he know about social media? But this is one savvy man. He may be whatever age he is.
Yeah, here.
But he certainly knows how to run a general election campaign. And so I am delighted this evening that this fine organization would see fit to create the CA Scholarship Fund for students in Grand Bahama. And I cannot impress upon you all, the young people in the room, I see them at the back, from the University of the Bahamas. I cannot impress upon them the incredible benefits of a first-class education. I happen to have one. I went to Cornell. I studied hotel administration. And it is a wonderful profession. You can get a job anywhere in the world doing anything you want. Remember, a hotel is like a city. They need accountants, they need marketers, they need casino managers, landscapers, front desk, accountants, marketing, whatever. They need it all. So this is whatever your love is, do hospitality management, and then specialize in the area which is your strength. But it is a wonderful profession. It's our #1 industry. And I'm glad to see that you've decided to focus your attention on it. And another group that I'd like to say good evening to is my Ministry of Tourism staff. Only 75 days into this job. I haven't met all of you yet. I'm trying as best as possible to touch all of you. And yes, I am trying to make a change. I'm trying to grow tourism, stopover visitors, and the amount of money people spend when they come to the Bahamas. We haven't been as successful as we could have done in the past, so I'm going to give it a different vision, a different view, take a different tact. Hopefully we achieve the results we need to achieve. And the Bahamas is relying on us. So, good evening everyone. This has been a highly productive week. It has seen the coming together of leaders and stakeholders of the tourism and hospitality industry and the cultural and heritage tourism sectors. And I would like to commend the organizers of both summits for these well-executed events. I would like to especially thank Gloria, Solomon Herbert, publishers of Black Meetings and Tourism magazine, and my dear friend, Speaker-in-Chief, Mr. Andy Ingram, the founder and president of NABA, and their executive board for coordinating the program this evening and inviting me to speak. You know, I asked Andy tonight, I said, Andy, why you don't come work for the Ministry of Tourism? He said, you gotta be crazy. Pay me enough. But Andy is, even though he doesn't work for the Ministry of Tourism, he is probably, in the African American market, our greatest champion. Yes. Thinking about how he can drive business to the Bahamas, the home from which you came. So I'm delighted to know Andy. I've known him many years, and I think he's a wonderful ambassador who isn't getting paid. So I decided that the Ministry of Tourism to finally throw you that bone and join the NAPA organization. We value the opportunity given to our Bahamas tourism team based in the United States to showcase our destination to a wide cross-section of decision makers in the tourism industry. And I take this opportunity to thank my team for the excellent manner in which they have represented our country. The Bahamas government has worked diligently to develop its tourism industry, which today provides close to 2/3 of all the jobs in the country, and each year welcomes in excess of 6 million tourists to our shores, 78% of which come from the United States of America. Vacationers who select the Bahamas have the choice of a multiplicity of island destinations, as the Bahamas is comprised of 700 islands and over 2,000 keys. The Bahamas Ministry of Tourism actively promotes 16 of the major islands. Most of you are familiar with our more well-known destinations of Nassau, Paradise Island, and Grand Bahama Island. But the Bahamas is much, much more. Each island destination has a distinct personality, and each offers visitors a unique vacation experience. We are proud of the fact that due to the direct airlift coming from a major U.S. hubs such as Atlanta, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and as far afield as Toronto and Paris, the islands of Exuma, Eleuthera, Abaco, San Salvador, and Cat Island. To name a few are becoming household names as well. While we are appreciative of our natural, God-given assets of sun, sand, and sea, those attributes are ubiquitous and alone are no longer enough to sustain a tourism destination. We are keenly aware of the fierce global and regional competition in the travel market, and so have, in a very serious way, gone about the business of developing a broad portfolio of niche markets that encompasses the romance market of weddings and honeymoons, meetings, groups and incentives, cultural and heritage tourism, the faith-based market, boating, fishing and diving, sports tourism, and so forth. Tonight I want to speak about the importance of the African-American market to the Bahamas, and the strong historical and cultural bonds that connect African Americans and the people of the Bahamas. A connection that makes the African American market a natural fit and perfect niche market for tourism in the Bahamas. The Bahamas has long been a vacation option for African American travelers. And given that one of our islands, Cat Island, is the birthplace of Sir Sidney Poitier, it was a natural mecca for his contemporaries in the entertainment industry to visit, whether Harry Belafonte, Sammy Davis Jr., Quincy Jones, and the list goes on. As a result, over the years, we have watched this market grow from strength to strength. Today, the African American travel market is a $60 billion market. Given its exponential growth, this market now constitutes a new travel movement, and everyone is taking notice. Influential travel entities like Travel Noir, Up in the Air Life, Black Girls Travel, and the Black Travel Movement have been able to create massive social media followings of Black travelers around the US and across the globe who take their travel cues from these influences and are ready, willing, and able to go everywhere and live unconventionally in search of experiential opportunities. Africa is the point of origin of all peoples of the African diaspora in the Americas. But if you take a close look at history, you will see that something unique happened in the Bahamas. After the American War of Independence, some 8,000 American loyalists and their slaves migrated from Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas to the Bahamas. In fact, the majority of today's Bahamians are the direct descendants of those Americans who migrated to the Bahamas in the 1780s. Bahamian culture has a distinct thread that can be traced back to the American South. The music, such as the spiritual anthems, the dance, the cadence of speech on some of our islands, and many culinary elements. These social and historical connections make the African American niche market a ready-made, captive market segment that we in the Bahamas are prepared to seriously court, develop, and grow. Our short-term goal is to see a 15% increase in travel to the Bahamas by the in excess of 86,000 African Americans that travel to the Bahamas. And in this regard, we will continue building mutually beneficial relationships with meeting planners, family, school, reunion planners, corporate decision makers, and leaders in key community-based organizations. Our tourism executives will also conduct educational seminars and other site inspection tours with qualified meeting planner professionals. We will seek to increase media coverage and articles written about the Bahamas in top-tier African American print, broadcast, and social media, and will increase advertising in key African American magazines and digital platforms. In addition, it is recognized that we need to work towards developing sponsorship and branded special events in key markets designed to raise visibility and increase travel and tourism to the Bahamas by African American business and leisure travelers. The Bahamas continues to maintain a strong media partnership with Black Enterprise, recognizing that their subscribers and followers represent the top tier of executives and high-income influencers. The Bahamas was a sponsor, along with Macy's, at the 2017 Women of Power Summit in Phoenix, Arizona. And as a result of this partnership, will be the host of Black Enterprise's first offshore event called the Women of Power Weekend Retreat in the Bahamas for the next 3 years, starting with Bimini in October 2017. Each of these events is expected to attract 200 women at the C-suite level. This was an exclusive invitation from the chairman of Black Enterprise. Yes. The Bahamas has also maintained membership with the National Coalition of Black Meeting Planners, NCBMP, and was a sponsor of an event targeting planners with specific interests in the Bahamas at the association's annual conference last year. The plan is to continue this level of involvement, as well as to co-sponsor a site visit to the Bahamas for the NCBMP's premier meeting planners group decision makers. Over the last few years, the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism has participated in the Black Caucus Week of events in Washington, D.C. During that time, the Bahamas sponsored luncheon presentations for Black meeting planners, association executives, group decision makers, and the Black media. Our partnership with Radio 1 has enabled us to reach the African American audience via radio in key markets like Chicago, New York, Atlanta, D.C., L.A., and the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area, and has proven to be a strategic and mutually beneficial initiative. Our U.S. sales team will continue to participate in key events, such as the summit this week, that will afford us the opportunity to showcase our country, build relationships with key decision makers, and garner business leads. Cultural and heritage. Our heightened focus on the African American travel market comes at an opportune time when the Bahamas tourism product is being holistically recalibrated and fine-tuned, and a massive refurbishment of existing historical and heritage sites is underway, with a number of new sites on the drawing board. Many of you are familiar with Nassau and Grand Bahama, so I will make reference to several sites on those two islands. On the island of New Providence, where Nassau is located, we will further develop the heritage experiences at Fort Fincastle and Fort Charlotte, thereby showcasing the importance of these forts to our history. In fact, the southern USA is providing some excellent examples of historical and cultural attractions that is driving tourism in these cities. We're continuing to enhance the heritage experience at Clifton Heritage National Park, a national park in the southwest New Providence that is a rich archaeological site featuring exhibition of the three civilizations that inhabited the Bahamas. On the drawing board for Nassau is a national museum and a native food market that will offer a variety of native Bahamian foods. Slated for Grand Bahama is the creation of a Lucayan heritage village in East End, a Grand Bahama museum in the city of Freeport, and development of West Grand Bahama as a destination with a Bahamian heritage village and a rum runners museum. In this regard, I take note of two other islands, Bimini and Cat Island. The island of Bimini is perhaps the most well known as a backdrop of Ernest Hemingway's novel, Island in the Stream. And a less well known fact, but one of which we are very proud, is that Martin Luther King Jr. often visited the island to regroup and to recharge. In 1964, he retired to Bimini and prepared what has now become perhaps his most famous speech, I Have a Dream.
Yes.
He went on fishing excursions with a well-known local guide, Ansel Saunders, who is still alive today and can be counted on to regale an audience with stories of his times spent with Dr. King. A memorial has been erected in Bimini to honor the legacy of this great luminary. Each major island in the Bahamas, from Bimini in the north to Inagua in the south, plays host to several high-profile annual cultural events, which include summer street festivals, sailing regattas, and homecomings. These events, whether it be Crab Fest in Andros, Regatta Time in Albuquerque, or the Eleuthera Pineapple Fest in Gregorytown, Eleuthera, attract thousands of locals and visitors. And then, these are all in addition to the king of all Bahamian festivals, Junkanoo. A pre-dawn parade of music, costumes, and dancing that takes place in the early hours of December the 26th, Boxing Day, and on New Year's Day, January the 1st each year. People to people. For the past 40 years, there's been a special hospitality program in the Bahamas that brings guests and Bahamian hosts together for rich, rewarding encounters. In the people-to-people program, guests who register are matched with a Bahamian host with whom he or she shares common interests. African Americans have always expressed a particular appreciation of the people-to-people experience. This immersion in Bahamian hospitality and culture is like reconnecting with a long-lost cousin. They go home and they tell their family and friends about their people-to-people experience. And this kind of word of mouth is the best kind of advertising. The People-to-People program has 500 plus ambassadors throughout the country. We will be increasing the number of ambassadors and expanding the program to reach more of our guests. Entrepreneurship. As a key competitor in the regional tourism marketplace, the Bahamas has its share of young and mature, energetic, innovative entrepreneurs, brimming with ideas to diversify the experiences of our guests and to bring to market authentic art and craft products. The government of the Bahamas is committed to providing startup financial support to assist innovators in bringing about exciting new tours and excursions that incorporate the rich elements of our history, culture, and heritage that will add to the richness of our product offerings. In closing, I want to emphasize that tourism is the cornerstone of the Bahamian economy. As Minister of Tourism, the mandate of my ministry is to grow our tourism business, which is best achieved through expanding our niche markets and providing rich entrepreneurial opportunities for Bahamians, which will in turn encourage our visitors to spend more when visiting the islands of the Bahamas. For us, the African American travel market is a highly attractive market segment. The Bahamas has been a choice destination where African Americans have been coming for years to rest, relax, rejuvenate, and importantly, to reconnect. We will continue to work on all fronts to maintain a very desirable tourism product and to pay close attention to those areas of our product mix that appeal to all visitors to the Bahamas, including the African American market. The welcome mat is out there. We welcome our American cousins to come in greater numbers to experience for themselves why so many who come to our islands affirm that, say it with me now, it's better in the Bahamas.